we are back. So, last we left off, we had a bit of a cliffhanger as Monsieur Bragadine Bonneau, or should I say, Lord Bonneau, had just slain his brother turned vampire in the Grand Hall. Similarly, upstairs in the silent corridors of the bedroom households, the zombie horde was slain by Seamus McCready and a hobbled Marius Wolf. Currently, Lady Emma lays motionless at your feet, Seamus, and the sound of cries and battle from downstairs have ended. I actually want to pick up with Bragadine as your brother lies silent on the floor. What do you do?
I look down for a moment, and I take my sword and I wipe the gore off on his tunic, sheath it, walk over to the shield, pick it up, and then I want to take a good look. I want to actually go and see who the body is behind the chair.
Okay. As you begin to move in the direction of the corpse, or at least you think it's a corpse, you hear more clattering in the kitchen, Bragadine. And the door begins to actually bulge a little bit, as if something's hitting it repeatedly. Are you still approaching the limp body, or are you spinning around in that direction?
I am. I'm expecting more trouble. I pull the shield up, and I yell out, "Oh, come forth!"
And the clattering stops. I want to take a glance over at the body real quick. Okay.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can figure out, just if I recognize it?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Maybe just a man-at-arms. Maybe not. Oh, that was terrible. That's a 98.
You glance over in that direction. It's still very shrouded in shadow from the current distance. Without getting much closer, you can definitely tell it's a person. But it's draped in something. Perhaps that might be a cape. It might be a tablecloth. It's hard to tell. It's so stained and discolored. The longer it's been sitting here, though, there's more blood that is beginning to pool, and some of the blood is now pooled into the light, and you can see there's a very large puddle of human blood.
Okay. I will carefully start to walk towards the kitchen door. Not directly towards it, more kind of diagonal. In case it explodes outwards, so it won't be... Yeah.
Yes.
And I cock my head and try to listen very closely to see if I can hear anything at all that tells me what the devil is going on the other side of that door.
All right. With your previous perception test, you now go ahead and give me another perception test.
Okay.
That was cruel of me.
Oh, 16 out of...
Okay. All right.
Out of 81.
Okay.
No, 91 out of 91.
You still have a minus 10 for exhaustion.
Oh, 81.
So yeah, 81.
Thank you.
So you cock an ear, and you do have heightened sense of hearing, much more than a normal man. And you listen in, Bragadine, and you hear, and you hear feet charging towards the door, giving you enough time to back away as it explodes off of its hinges and slides into the ballroom. And a beaten and armored form is lying prone, quickly stands up, looking around, wild-eyed, and meets your gaze, Bragadine. You recognize the colors of the tunic, but the man is missing an eye, several fingers, and he looks to be unarmed. And you see the disheveled, scarred face of your uncle.
Oh, yes! Uncle! Praise the lady.
Bragadine, what has happened? What?
I do not know.
Your brother.
We rescued him.
Your brother, and he clutches at his neck, and you can see that there's a big chunk of his throat that's been torn open and actively bleeding. There's something wrong with him, Bragadine. What do you mean? And he looks down and sees the still form of your brother. What? What have you done? What have you
The form of my brother, but where's the form of my brother? But he was cursed with undeath.
And he just kind of sinks down to the floor, Bragadine. And he just sits down, taking it all in. He glances around the hall, at the empty hall. This is it, Bragadine. This is it.
What do you mean, Uncle?
And we're going to flash over to Marius Wolf and Seamus McCready. You're currently at the top of the stairs. You hear a loud thud coming from down in the ballroom. You have a unconscious Lady Emma, at the top of the stairs. What are the two of you doing?
Probably scooping her up.
Okay. Seamus, you moved to scoop her up? Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a strength check, Seamus.
All right. Oh. I failed miserably.
Seamus, you reach down and you kind of... You reach down and you it wasn't a critical fail, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No. Okay, it wasn't a critical fail. So you reach down and you go to pick her up and you just don't have the strength in you yet. She is a small. She's not exactly a large woman by any means. She's very petite, but you've had an exhausting few days and you haven't had any nourishment. Mm-hmm. It's just not working out, you know. Do you even lift, bro? Yeah. I mean,
I'm so tired.
So she's just so tired. Mary, you see Seamus struggling to pick up Lady Emma.
Maris is just kind of staring in silence. Let me help you. And I want to reach down. I want to pick her up with one hand and put her on my shoulder.
For one hand, you give me a strength check, you bastard.
I will. I go for glory. It's a 14 out of 50.
Okay, yeah. So, unfortunately for everyone involved, Marius does reach down with one hand, grab a hold of her just kind of under the small of her back, and just slowly lifts her up like she's nothing. Just kind of places her on his shoulder, despite him being as injured as he is. And assuming you guys are moving downstairs towards the ballroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll probably like, let's go, Seamus. I'm sure Francois is fine. And
you look over, and you see like some flies buzzing around him, and he's not moving.
Surely he's fine.
Surely he's fine.
Who the fuck is Francois?
Never mind. Let's go. And let's. I think Bracketing's in trouble. And kind of hobble down the stairs, All
right. The two of you make it down to the bottom of the stairs. The large entrance to the grand hall is down here. The doors are cracked open. They're not wide open. They were apparently somewhat closed. And as you open them, you see the hunched form of Seamus, or of Bragadine's uncle, sitting on the floor, just kind of holding his head in his hands at this point, and Bragadine standing above him, speaking with him. And you see another shape towards the center of the room. It looks to be wearing the same clothes that you last saw Gerard wearing. Bragadine's brother.
Sigma. Bragadine, what the hell?
Oh, Seamus. Marius. Where... Oh. Is Emma all right?
Yeah, she was
Think so?
just a little lightheaded.
Oh. Bretonian women, This is how they are. Oh. Where have you guys been? Gerard was taken over by the curse of undeath. These vampires must have gotten to him. He savaged me, but I managed to defeat him. Praise the lady.
You tell him you killed a vampire.
Yes, I killed another vampire.
Another one?
Oh, that's right, Seamus. I forgot you. In the cave underground, we have a lot of catching up to do, Seamus, but not right now. My uncle is wounded here. Uncle, may I have my friend's assistance to try and bind your wound on your neck?
By all means, it's... Quite frankly, it doesn't matter anymore, Bragadine. It's all over.
No, Uncle. It does not, Uncle. It has been terrible, but we have crushed these vampire scum that have tried to destroy our family.
Look about you, boy. Look at the state of our home. And you just look around, Bragadine, and everything's in disrepair. There's not a servant in sight.
Francois is dead.
Francois did not come down the stairs.
Dead? What happened to him?
Bragdine, where's your mother and your father?
Oh, Seamus. Mama.
Seamus, you glance around and you actually see the decapitated head of his mother laying towards the center of the ballroom.
Fuck's sake.
We must gather that up before Emma wakes. I could not bear for her to see that. This beast, and I kick. Well, Gerard's actually not next to me, but
you move over to and kick him
over there. Yeah, this beast.
You kick him, Bragadine. I need you to make a dodge roll.
Oh man! Shit! What's bad? 91.
You go to kick him, Bragadine, and he lunges upwards, mouth open wide, way wider than it should, and he latches onto your throat, dealing 16 wounds.
Sigma's balls!
And I collapse to the ground.
As he's on top of Bragadine, I need Marius and Seamus to roll me initiative real quick.
Jesus Christ! Ooh, I got a. I think that's. I'm flustered.
Oh.
I got
Marius rolled a
an
12.
8.
What did you get, Marius?
12.
A 12.
Yep.
Okay, Marius, you see his. I'm sorry, I gotta control myself. I'm serious
You're holding
again.
yourself, bro.
Okay. As Bragadine
Just kill the man.
goes limp. Bragadine, does that take you past 0?
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Let's
like,
roll
I had
that.
2 wounds, yeah.
Let's roll this. Let's roll this critical wound here, real quick.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Gotta cut off those heads, bro. Gotta cut off those heads. You know how Marius chopped the fuck
He was
out
flustered,
of
man.
everything.
He remembered he saw his mother's head. Filled with rage.
Bragadine, as he bit into your neck, one of his clawed hands rakes across your left eye, and your eye is gouged. You will need medical attention to repair any damage. You are currently have a permanent blinded condition until you receive surgery.
Fuck.
Cool eye patch, though.
Yeah, bro. Sing
look like I'm-
that eye patch, bro.
It's pretty sick.
How'd you get that scar?
So
Vampire.
Vampire.
yeah, you've got
He
a
was my
pretty
brother.
gnarly scar across your left eye.
My
currently.
brother attacked me.
Bragadine Marius is currently being sucked like a juice box as his brother is latched onto him like a leech. And he is...
I'm
You
thinking
hear
of
him.
sausage party right now.
Exactly.
Sausage party.
He's just...
Fuck off, bro.
And he's just...
What are you doing?
I'm getting juiced up.
God damn it. Oh, ladies, mercy. Bragadine's currently being savaged right now in the main hall. You technically have
Yes.
initiative.
Better
You're
turn.
first to go.
All right, I will. I'm gonna go attack him. My pick.
Okay, you go ahead and
If I
make
can-
an
if I
attack
can.
roll.
Okay. We'll see how it goes. It's 41 out of 50. So just like a regular old success.
Marius, you run in and you're still a little shaken as you lash out with the pick, and the creature lunges away from Bragadine as you don't pierce Bragadine, but you swing wide and he nimbly dodges aside. It is now his turn. Oh my
Okay.
god, this can't be happening. Roll defense,
Oh,
Marius. Roll defense, please.
Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't know if it's going to matter. I rolled a 6.
Marius, do you have any any armor on your on your
Oh no.
on your left arm? Left?
I do.
Okay, would you like to
I've got
sacrifice
chainmail on the wall of my body.
Yeah, so you can
Yes,
sacrifice
I would
a
like to
a piece of
sacrifice.
chainmail as he lashes out
Damn.
with a right claw, cleaving into the chain, taking a piece of it aside as he rakes into your flesh for 11 wounds.
All right.
And as he does, he is going to further attack you one more time, Marius, as you stumble back. Go ahead and defend yourself.
Sorry, one sec. Subtracting health real quick. All right. Yeah. Defending. I rolled a 2. Hopefully we get a crit again.
Nope. You this time, however,
Okay.
managed to shift aside his wild blow, and he looks
How much
insane.
momentum does he have?
He has, let's see here. He has 3 momentum.
I would like to take his momentum.
You do have that. You do have a certain trait, I believe.
I do. I have reversal.
Yes. So you can take his
yeah.
3 momentum. So instead of him just losing 1, you actually take all of it as he's thrown aside. As you you catch his blow on the haft of your pick and kind of pull him and shift him out of place, and you gain the momentum from him. It is now Seamus McCready's turn. What would you like to do, Seamus?
Is all this within 20 feet of me?
Oh yes, easily within 20 feet of you.
All right, we're gonna dual wield these pistols,
Yes, you draw 2 pistols.
and we're gonna eventually make 2 attacks with the dual wielder perk.
Okay, go ahead and give me a shot. I hope you critically fail and shoot Marius Wolf in the head, but that's fine.
Don't.
Please do. Please do.
Oh shit! Well, the first one's a 91.
Oh shit! How many levels of failure is that?
Let's see, black powder. It's 2 levels of failure.
Okay, no, you're fine. It does miss though. Obviously, boom, it goes wide.
The second one though is going to be a 19, and it's a minus 20.
Yes.
So a 19 out of 51.
Okay, that obviously hits. How much damage is that?
Let's see, what's the pistol do? 9. So it was 19. That should be 12 points.
12, and you are factoring in the bullet, right? Because it's an extra point for the bullet.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 12 wounds. Let me make sure. Seamus, you... Boom! Boom! 2 loud blasts of your pistol go off in the direction of the now re-arisen Gerard Benoit. The first one goes wide. The second takes him in the left shoulder, spinning him about as he falls to a knee. And he moves to stand again. And then he collapses onto the floor, mouth wide, more blood spilling out of his mouth, and he is cold and still again.
I'm rushing over.
Marius,
to him.
crush
I'm
his head.
taking. I'm gonna take my pick and just wail away at his head till it's smashing.
You just start smashing his head. And just 1 or 2 swings is more than enough for Marius Wolf to just crush in his skull and leave nothing intact. Bragadine's is not unconscious.
Yes. Seeing Beno get ravaged while Marius is, skull smashing, I'll slide over and try to do a heal check.
Okay,
Or something to stabilize Beno.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a heal check, please.
I believe I have a health potion left too, unless someone stole that from me.
We'll say you still got it, because I don't remember.
We did not.
I don't think we did.
I don't think they did.
We did not steal anything from you.
The heal
Next time.
test is a 30 out of 51.
Okay, so Bragadine, you can recover Seamus's intelligence bonus plus the success levels and wounds if you want to do the calculations real quick. Seamus?
It's a 4.
Okay, so
Right.
you recover 4 wounds. Bragadine, as Seamus slides over to you and begins to apply some cloth to your throat, compressing the wound, and you stabilize you, though your left eye is ravaged and you can't see out of it currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shove the potion down his gullet.
Yes, I'm assuming you accept it, Bragadine?
Yes.
Yes. You can recover your toughness bonus and wounds, Bragadine. And is this the potion? Is this the potion you got from the Beno Armory from his uncle?
I assume it is, because I only have one, so I assume that's where it came from.
In that case, for the next 2 hours, Bragadine, you are immune to the fear condition.
Oh, sweet.
As a calm sets in, Bragadine, as perhaps the blessing of the lady has finally deemed to show you some favor in this final moment. Marius is currently, you hear him savagely, ah! And he's just crushing over and over again a pulpy mass that used to be Gerard's head. And it looks like a crushed watermelon just splattered across the whole floor. And the corpse is just kind of moving occasionally with the momentum of each of his swings.
It's not going to be pretty.
I want to watch him finish this. It's very satisfying.
That's enough, boy. And Bragadine's uncle speaks up.
I'll stop, and I'm gonna pick up his body and walk it outside. And I know it's only like dusk, but throwing it outside.
Okay. You pick up his body. You begin to walk outside, Marius, with it. Is anyone following, or are you guys all just staying here in the hall?
I am. I will say. Wait, does Gerard have like a cloak or a cape?
He would have had a cloak about his shoulders. That is just a tattered, bloody mess.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna look for anything where I can go over and pick up my mother's head and wrap it up in. I don't want anyone to see that.
You go to move over to collect her head, and now that you're closer, you see that the body past Gerard is in fact a torso missing a head, and it looks female.
Oh, by the lady. Oh. Uncle.
Like I said,
what has happened?
Your brother was... There was something wrong with him, but I never expected it to go this far. We're through, Bragadine. It's done. The damage has been done. I saw the letters he wrote. We're finished. We must flee this place.
Surely we can talk to the other families.
The family.
I mean,
do you not remember what it's like here, boy?
Yes, I do.
They will claim to send aid. They will claim these lands for their own, and they will kill you.
Shall we? You're not suggesting we become outcasts or outlaws.
We don't have any other choice, Bragadine. We're nobles without land, without people. Or at least, if your brother's ravings were to be true, I am a noble without a person.
What do you mean? That doesn't make it... I am a noble too.
He glances down, Bragadine. He looks away from you. No, boy. No, you're not. And he begins to walk outside, following Marius.
Seamus, please, can you watch him and make sure she is safe?
Hi.
And
But no, this isn't the right time. But you're gonna need some surgery on that eye.
I thought I'd reach up and that would explain what a hole in my chest.
Don't
now.
don't
This.
don't panic. Don't panic. But you're gonna need to get that fixed.
You're right. Thank you, Seamus. I must follow my uncle. I must find out what he was talking about. He's not making sense now. And I kind of trot after him.
All right, you begin to trot after him, Bragadine. Marius, you are approaching the doors to the castle, going out to the courtyard.
Yeah, I'm envisioning myself just kind of dragging him with one arm.
Yes.
And yeah, like slamming the doors open.
You slam the doors open. It's still overcast out here. And matter of fact, it's beginning to get dark. And as you do, Marius, you see that several of the men-at-arms are struggling at the controls of the gate. It looks like they've been badly damaged at some point, and two of them are like, "Hurry! Hurry!" And they're trying to release the lever to shutter the iron fence that blocks off the moat to the chateau. Mm-hmm. And you have a clear view down the bridge to the other side. And you see a lone figure casually walking across the moat, Marius. He's in full plate armor. It's a deep, deep red, the color of dried blood. He has fiery red hair dangling about his shoulders, matted and tangled. His eyes are completely red, bloodshot, and wide. He's wielding 2 blades in each hand, and you recognize the vampire Sir Michael Freeze, slowly strutting across the moat. All of the damage done to him a few days ago apparently has been healed, and he is walking with purpose.
I just kind of sit there and sigh, drop the body, and say, "Always to cut off the head," and grab my pick and start hobbling over towards him. I guess
You grab your pick, and as you begin to start moving, Bragadine's uncle makes it to the edge. "By the lady!" And Bragadine, you make it shortly after, trying to reach out to your uncle to get answers. And you lock eyes with the vampire Freeze. He looks into yours, Bragadine, from across the way. "Don't look surprised, young lord. I've come back to claim my due."
Your due will be my blade again. How can this be?
Slaroach yet lives, and while my master is gone, I can still see this done. And he sprints forward, and let's see here. He cleaves through the 2 men-at-arms that are trying to work the gate, splits them in 2. Their bodies fall limply to the side, spilling their blood everywhere. There are 10 more men-at-arms between him and the rest of you currently. I'm going to need initiative order, please.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, it's not a D1.
Damn.
So, Marius Wolf,
Not as good. 7.
7. Bragadine,
12.
and Seamus.
6.
Alright, so Bragadine, Marius, Seamus. Alright. right, and yes, indeed. Okay. After you see him cleave through them, Marius, you quicken your pace as best you can. It's going to be another 60 feet before you reach the gate itself. This is a rather large courtyard. And
It'll take me forever.
you hobbling is going to take you forever. There's several men-at-arms, and they're all stricken by fear. Several of them do manage to stand their ground, leveling their pikes. He's not even glancing away. He's looking at you, Bragadine. You look just like your grandfather, Bragadine, and your sister, much like your grandmother. One of the men-at-arms charges, and he takes his head off. The body stumbles limply beside him. Another charges, and he batters aside a wide swing, and he reaches out and looks like he's going to sever the man's arm from his body as he screams in pain, blood spewing all over the place, and falls limply to the ground. The rest of the men-at-arms are now retreating in full flight, broken at the sight of this massacre that is taking place.
They died valiantly.
Very violently. They gave Sir Michael Freeze 4 points of momentum. So, that's great.
Damn it.
Let's see here. So that brings us to Bragadine Beno. It's your turn.
I remember what Sir Tristan whispered to me, or said to me, when he handed me the medallion. I hold it high, and I say, "Stand fast, men. We have crushed this monster once. We shall do it again. Form up on me."
Go ahead and give me a leadership test.
7 out of... Well, I guess, let me see. I'm trying to think on my... 7 out of 40. Because I think it's a negative 20.
So, yes, it is for now. 7 out of 40,
Okay.
Bragadine.
Mm-hmm.
As you do this, the 6 remaining men-at-arms halt where they are retreating. They were retreating into the castle itself. They halt as you bellow out your orders, and something about the timbre in your voice, they freeze in place. They look emboldened. They turn and face inevitable death. And Bragadine, your pendant allows you, with each success level of a leadership test, to have men under your control make an additional melee attack.
Oh, wow.
They have to be in melee, however, they are not currently.
Okay.
But you have, however, prevented them from fleeing the battlefield for now. As you do that, you hear Freeze bellow out as he's slowly still walking towards all of you. That's right, my lord. Rally the sheep for the slaughter. It makes no difference to me. And it's your turn, Marius Wolf. Well, excuse me. Yes, it is Marius' turn.
How far away is he currently? Still 60?
He's going to be, at this point, he's going to be 50 feet.
I'll move another 20.
Move another 20 feet up with your pick ready.
As I do so, I'm going to reach into my pack and put the paste on again.
Okay. As a free action, you reach into your pack, paint under your eyes, across your eyes, the The war paint you got from Mother Inga. The war paint of Crom. I need you to make me a cool test, Marius.
All right. I'm gonna use my last fortune.
Oh, please fail.
No,
Please fail.
it was bad. It was bad. Next one's not as bad. That is a 21 out of 45 with a minus 20.
Okay, Marius, you manage to and everything goes red for a moment, but you manage to retain some of your faculties for now, as your blood boils and you go into a frenzy. All right, and now that brings us to Seamus McCready. It is your turn. You are inside the chateau. I will say if you spend your movement here, if you can hear all this going on outside, you can at least make it to the door and be able to see out into the courtyard, if you so choose. Unless you want to stay in here with Emma.
Yeah, if I hear it all happening out there, then I'll make my way out there.
You move to make your way out there, and you get right to the edge of the courtyard with the doors that have been slammed open. And you see Sir Michael Freeze, Sir Mihail Freeze, walking intently towards all of you. And there's just a flash of pain. And Seamus, I need you to make me a cool test.
Oh. That's a 6 out of 39 with my minus 10.
Okay. You feel an urge, a deep-seated urge to end this thing's existence, but you manage to not recklessly abandon your faculties. And you are free to take your action if you like. He is currently, let's see, he would be 50 feet from you.
I don't by chance see a thunderer just laying around anywhere, do I?
Not just right here. You don't know. Your thunder would be over by the only remaining stuff that was piled with whenever you guys came back by the other Grail Pilgrims and things like that, near the stables. So you see it laying by the stables. That is going to be 30 feet in the opposite direction of where Mihail Freeze is walking from. To your left.
In that case, I'll just pull out 2 pistols and make my way over there whenever I can.
All right. So currently you can't move, but I'll say you draw your pistols, and we will see what happens next round. So that brings us to the top of the round as Sir Freeze begins walking forward once again. He walks another 10 feet, Marius, seeing you raging. He calls out once again to Bragadine. Yes. Can you see the resemblance, boy? Do you see it?
Do I see it?
It's hard to tell. You know, if what your brother said is believed to be true, that you have some connection to this creature in some way, or at least your mother did. But he has long abandoned the look of a normal man, so it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Do you say anything?
I see no resemblance. I see no resemblance. All I see is
Go ahead.
All I see is I don't have anything good. I'm sorry.
As you stumble with your words, awestruck at the vampire strutting towards you. Oh, I think you know, Lord Bonneau. Or should I say, Freeze. And he smiles. "Oh, I know your mother very well. Long before that wrinkled husk of a man came to Sealburg and claimed her." And
Take
one
her
of
name
your
out
men
your mouth.
moves forward, Bragadine, and he splits him down to center as he dodges a thrust of his halberd, and he splits evenly like a cadaver falling to the side. One leg to his left, one leg to his right, and he just steps through the gore. And he's going to stand there. He is now 30 feet from Marius Wolf. Oh, just out of reach. Isn't that weird how that happened?
I know. Damn it.
Marius, it's your turn.
Well, I'm hobbling 20 feet
Yep.
over to him.
And you're like Hulk raging the entire time. You're gritting your teeth as you stumble closer, and he just just locks eyes with you, Marius, as you do so. That brings us to... Oh, Bragadine, I skipped you. It is your turn, Bragadine.
All right, so how far away? Because Marius has been walking out. I assume I'm kind of like just on the steps coming out of the keep.
You are.
Oh,
And so
all right.
you're looking at this point, he's going to be 50 feet from you.
Okay. How many men at arms are still standing?
You have 5 men-at-arms left.
All right. I'll start to walk towards him, and I will. Are you ready, men? Do your Lord Renault proud.
Aye, my lord. They look rattled, but go ahead and I'm assuming you're you want them to charge into battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little different because at this point they are utterly terrified and they're not like simple creatures. This will require a charm test. This will not be a leadership role to see what you can do. Or an intimidate. It's your option how you want to do this. Charm or intimidate.
You have served my family well, my men. Do your Lord proud one more time. Band together and defeat this monster. Fuck! I rolled 100.
Yes. Yes.
Cannot believe
Yes. Yes. You see, let's see here. Oh yeah. Three of them just kind of hype themselves up, and two of them just go white as a sheet, and they're stock still. The three of them charge forward past Marius Wolf. Oh yeah. Two of them are immediately split open, their bellies open wide, their guts spilling about the courtyard. The last remaining man at arms flails helplessly towards Freeze, and somehow manages to clip the man's cheek. Blood spills out as he opens up his cheek, and he kind of smirks for a second, looking at him. Well, at least he has some clout. And then he plunges his fist forward, and his hand goes straight through the man's chest, and he pulls out his beating heart. Maybe not, as the limp body falls to the side, and he tosses the organ, just matter-of-factly, off into the dirt. I see you have done well with yourself, Bragadine. You command your men with excellence.
I am a better leader than you could ever be, beast.
Don't say that, son. And Marius, I need
not
you
touch
to
those.
defend yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. That's a 20.
Ooh, shit. Okay, all right. Roll a d100.
Okay. Well, question.
Yes.
How much momentum does he have?
He has the max. He has 6 momentum.
I would rather not deal damage and take his momentum.
Okay, all right. I will allow it. You, as he lunges in very quickly, you, in your frenzied state, manage to parry aside one of his outstretched blades, and you pull him in close in a deft maneuver. He's going to try to gore you with his next attack, though, so I need you to defend yourself again.
Okay. That's a 24 out of 110.
Okay, yep, it definitely misses as you parry aside his second blade. Ah! And he circles about you, Marius, and then he makes a beeline towards Bragadine, breaking away from you. You do get an attack of opportunity, Marius. He does get an opportunity to make a dodge roll.
The dodge.
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 41 out of 110.
I rolled a 33.
Ooh, shit.
Thankfully, it's a dodge.
Yeah.
So he very nimbly lunges away from you, Marius. So quick, your pick hits nothing but air, slams into the ground. And he covers the 50 feet all the way to the stairs, standing in front of Bragadine. And he's just looking at you in the eye, Bragadine. And
I'll never be able to catch up with him.
you probably never will. That will be the end of his turn. As you
God
lose
damn
1
it.
point of momentum, Marius.
Yep.
And-
Well, can I do any rest of my movement? Because he moved to me, I think.
Yeah,
that was his- was that
this was actually still his turn.
His turn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we are at Bragadine's official turn. Oh wait, no, we're not. We're at Seamus's turn. I skipped Seamus.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep moving my 20 feet.
Okay.
Hope I can get within 20 feet of him.
You're already within 20 feet of him. He's almost
Oh.
to the door. He's closed the distance significantly. As a matter of fact, you're probably within 10 feet of him. Bragadine wouldn't be that
Oh.
far down the steps. You can, however, bypass them and make a beeline towards your Thunderer if you so choose.
Oof. Now I'm gonna try and take some shots at him first.
Okay, go ahead and make your attacks.
Alright, we're gonna dual wield these. Alright, well the first one's gonna miss because it's an 83.
It does miss.
But the second one will be a 38 out of 51.
Okay, what is the damage on that?
That's 38, 48. That is going to be 10.
10 damage. You clip him in his left arm, and you see the round hits the hardened plate armor that he's wearing and barely gouges into it. You do inflict some damage, but not much, as he just kind of shakes it off and looks at you. Don't worry, you'll be next, boy.
If I have any movement left, then I'll try to make a move for the Thunderer.
Okay. You have your full movement, as much as you can, which is 20 feet because of your leg. You make the 20 feet. You still have another 20 to go, at least, maybe 30. We'll see how this goes. Regardless,
All right.
that is that. Then, now, we're finally... So that was Seamus. We're at the top of the round. Yes, no. I got mixed up at some point. We're going to go, it's Marius Wolf's turn now. That's what we're going to do.
Okay. I will hobble 20 feet closer to him.
Okay, you hobble the 20 feet. You still have 30 feet to go, Marius.
Yes. And I'll just kind of scream out, "Watch out, Braggadine!" And then that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Now we are going to have Braggadine Beno. It is your turn.
You claim to be my father. Why do you seek to destroy all that I care about then? Would you not?
Oh, son. Your mother... Well, let's just say we were old friends. It's a long story. Do you care to hear it?
I'm looking around and I'm watching Marius behind him. Try to come back. I'll take a single... Is he right in front of me?
He's literally about 5 feet from you. He's within melee range.
And I'm not carrying... Nothing's in my hand. Damn it. Yes. Father. Tell me your tale.
Braggadine, go ahead and make me a charm roll.
Okay. I rolled better this time. Ooh, 19. Okay, 19 out of 60... 19 out of 50.
19 out of 50. Okay, all right. Braggadine.
No, it is 19 out of 60, so it'd be 4 levels of success.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, and he glances around, sees Marius slowly walking towards him, like the damn Terminator. Let's just say we were old friends, her and I. We loved each other. I came to this godforsaken land to take her from that lord in there. It took many years, but finally we found an opportunity. But that bitch had grown fond of her lifestyle here. And upon the day we were to escape, I was instead met by her husband. And that's going to be his turn, as he's just speaking to you nonchalantly, because of your test. That brings us to Seamus McCready. It is your turn.
I'm going to keep moving for my Thunderer.
20. You get a further 20 feet. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Ooh, yeah. Alright, athletics. That's pretty good. Oh my god. I rolled a 77.
Okay, so...
Damn it, bro.
So Seamus, you're moving at a quick pace, and you're within 10 feet of your rifle, and you fall down, Seamus. And as you do, you land on your left shoulder, and it begins to bleed once again. And you have 2 bleeding conditions. As you begin to sit up, and you're bleeding again. Yeah. But you're now are within arm's reach of your thunderer, just not quite there.
I got sniped. Something sniped me.
Ah, so sorry. Bleeds out on the side just by himself.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round with Marius Wolf. The 20 feet, you're within 10 feet of him now, Marius. You're almost there. You need 5 more. You need 5 more. You're almost there. You're kind of slowly creeping up on him.
You wait there, you son of a bitch.
You wait there. Bragadine, it is now your turn.
Your words. I feared as much. Too many strange things that would explain why why Lord Bonneau treated me so poorly. And other hints my uncle has given me.
And your uncle just looks like he's in shock. He's by you, and he's just white-faced in shock, just standing there.
You have already destroyed our family. You have beseeched the Bonneau name. What else do you require for your vengeance?
Go ahead and give me another charm test, Bragadine.
Okay. Ooh, 16.
All
like
right.
4 levels or 5 levels, yeah.
It is 5 levels of success.
Yep.
You are talking to a vampire elite, Bragadine, with a strong mind, I might add. He smirks and glances over his shoulder at the very slow-moving Marius coming up behind him. Well, you see, Bragadine,
I'm so angry right now. You know?
you can guess what he did with me. And as I lay bleeding, dying in the dirt like some common cur, my savior took me in and gave me the gift of revenge. Not just against Lady Erica and her foul husband, but against this god-forsaken country. Sly Roche will see it burn, and so shall I. He glances over your shoulder, Seamus, or Bragadine. You know not what you have. Give me that and your sweet sister, and I will let you all live. And he extends a hand, motioning for the shield and your sister.
So my turn? That was his response?
That's his response, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to answer.
I will reach and grab the shield and start to move to hand it to him and put it on. And say,
Like, put it on your arm?
yeah, like, equip it.
Okay. You
But
slide
my
it
finger
onto
action,
your
yeah.
arm. You slide it onto your arm, Bragadine. Well, death it is. I need you to make a dodge roll, Bragadine.
Alright. Negative 22. I got 18, but I don't think it's going to do it. Let me see. Nope, I needed a 13 or less. So it's just a failure.
Bragadine, he quickly lunges forward, grabs you by the throat. And, Marius, I need you to make a dodge roll.
Ooh, hot damn. Alright. I made a 33 out of 33 out of 80
Okay.
with my momentum.
With a critical on your dodge, you have an opportunity, Marius, as Freeze grabs a hold of Bonneau's throat and throws him as hard as he can in your direction. He comes flying the 10 feet towards you, rocketing at considerable speed. With a critical success, I will allow you to catch him with a minus 30 strength test. Or you can just let him fly by you and careen into the wall. The choice is yours. If you miss, if you failed the strength test, you and him both will be careening backwards.
Normally, I would be able to do this. No, I think with a relatively high chance, but I'm already at minus 20.
Oh, come
That's
on,
minus
bro.
50.
I mean, Marius Wolf, he's a man amongst men.
Is this my action?
No, this is
Reaction.
just what's happening right now.
20% chance. Will he die if I throw him into the water? He can
I don't know. We'll
Just find
see.
out, bro.
We get to find out.
Oh. Oh God. I'm gonna regret this. Marius would do it though. You try.
Man,
So-
Mary's just so nice.
Disgusts me. And I'm going.
Fans are gonna love this, bro. Fans are
I'm
gonna
gonna-
love this.
I'm gonna roll. All right, I'm scared. That's a 12.
Yes.
Oh, Marius, you hold out your hands as you see Bonneau just get lifted off the ground. His eyes go wide before he even has a chance to let out his girly scream that was going to come from his throat. You reach out and grab a hold of him, and you slide backwards, holding him in your grasp, and plant your feet firmly. And Bragadine, you don't take any damage, but you're held in the tender embrace of Marius Wolf. It is still Freeze's turn.
The lady blesses you, Marius.
The lady blesses you. He dashes into the chateau and disappears.
Fuck me.
He disappears from sight. It is now Seamus McCready's turn.
Well, boys, that's a lost cause. We can't catch him.
Seamus, I never catch him.
Seamus, it's your turn.
You can try.
I
you
guess
just gotta see him and shoot him.
I'll crawl over to my Thunderer and get that.
Okay, you claim your weapon.
I probably spend all my movement to try to stand up.
Yeah, you can stand. You are bleeding, so you take 2 wounds. Do you have any resolve?
I do have resolve.
You can use a point of resolve, so you only take 1 wound, but you still have 1 bleeding condition. Unless you decide to repair it right now.
No, we're gonna do this with a bleeding condition. So I'll stand up. I guess seeing him go inside the building, I'll head back to where I just came from.
All right, you start moving in that direction. Are you prepping an action?
I'll just check if the gun's loaded.
Okay, yeah, and it is loaded. Are you going to shoot when you see him?
Yes, shoot
Okay.
on sight.
Shoot on sight. Got it. That brings us to the top of the round with. I've had the order wrong. I've been reading it wrong. I apologize. The top of the round is actually Bragadine.
I thought that, but
Yep. I've been reading it wrong the past 2 rounds. Sorry. So Bragadine, it is your turn.
I get up. My uncle's on the steps Or did he get knocked down or anything?
He looks shocked. He's just kind of standing there in shock, and he's looking about. He hasn't come to his senses.
I run over to him. So that'd be okay. So I flew 10 feet. So it's about 10 feet, 10, 15 feet to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I run over. I take the shield and I say, Lord Beno, this belongs to you. And I hand him the shield.
Okay. And he just kind of
and then I
slack-jawed, I guess, receives it.
I draw my sword and I'm trying to think what Bragadine would do. I go inside to try and save Emma.
Okay. You walk inside, or you push your way inside as fast as you can. You get to the opening of the Grand Hall, and you see that Freeze has her clutched over his shoulder. One of his blades sheathed, one of them holding at the ready still. And he looks over at you as you enter. We don't need to fight, boy. I'll let you live. Where's the shield?
I will give it to you. But you must let Emma go.
No.
Then in death I must join you. And I charge him. I guess it's not, I don't think it's my turn anymore. I can't.
It's not your turn, but I will take that into account. You want to charge him. All right. Yep. That brings us to Marius Wolf.
So where am I right now? At the
You're
steps,
in the courtyard. You can make it to the entrance of the chateau. Unfortunately, you can't make it much further than that. It's at this point, Marius, what is your willpower bonus? Your willpower bonus?
50. 5.
It is 50. Let me count the... Okay, well, you have one more round, Marius, before you need to make a -20 cool test to see if you don't turn on your friends and start butchering them.
All right.
All right. I'm glad that we're doing this, guys. I'm loving it.
As I'm walking up, can I see him? Can I see Freeze?
As soon as you hit the entrance, you would see Bragadine standing there speaking. And then over his shoulder, it'd be hard to see, but you can just see him in the towards the center of the main hall. Yes.
Okay, so as I'm walking up the stairs, I'm going to kind of just, if you allow me to do this as my action, I'll just kind of shout out. All you do is run, coward. You ran at the tournament field. Your son laid you low in the tombs, and you run away again. And as I see him with as I kind of crest the top of the stairs, I'll see him with Emma in his hands, and I'll say, and now you hide behind a little girl. Fight me, you ginger fuck! And I'm just like seething with rage at this man.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a. You're trying to get him to. You're trying to goad him into a fight. So this is a charm roll.
Yeah. Okay.
He gets to oppose it. He does not find you attractive.
I'd ask.
Gotta ask.
No. Okay, charm roll?
Yes.
Charm. It's been a while. It's a 32 out of 33, so it's just a Pass.
Yes. He looks at you, Marius, and gives you a grin. Oh, this won't take long. You have no consequence. And it's his turn now. And he dashes forward in the two of your direction. And he leaps high. And as he does, he smashes through. Yep, let me roll for it. Oh yeah, he easily smashes through the stone wall that separates the grand hall from the second floor. He, boom, explodes through it, and you see him at the top of the stairs as you glance up, Marius, as you're at the bottom of the staircase on the inside. He still has Emma. And he runs forward. Let's see here. Seamus, you're the only one still outside. You see one of the windows of the upper bedrooms explode outwards as Sir Mihail Freeze, clutching Lady Emma, bursts out of the window and lands nimbly in the courtyard. And Seamus, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
He glances over at you, Seamus, and notices you with the rifle. You were readying an action to shoot on sight. He holds Emma with one hand in your direction, obscuring most of his body. I need you to make a shot at -30.
Fuck.
And
All
hope
right.
you don't blow her in half.
Well, if she gets blown in half, she can't become a vampire anymore. Oh shit. Oh god.
Kind of a win-win.
I rolled a 55.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
A -30 puts my Thunderer at a 52.
Oh, shit. Do you have any fortune?
I don't. I blew it all in the first
You blew
session.
it all,
Oh no.
Seamus.
That just killed the.
However, it is not a critical fail. It's just barely a fail. So we'll say, since it's just a failure, it's not a critical fail. Well, actually, it is a critical fail because it's 55.
Yeah, because
What
that's
am
a
I talking
55.
about?
Yeah, it's a 55, yeah.
Ooh, this is bad. Okay. Unfortunately, this is how this is gonna go. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Boom! A loud belching of the Thunderer, and the limp body of Emma, the chest is ripped open as a plate-sized hole rips through her torso. And go ahead and what's your max damage you can get with a Thunderer?
Oh Jesus. Let's see. It's a lot.
Go ahead and just give it to me.
So it's 10 plus success levels. And then it also has impactful, which I know that does something with the dice.
Yeah, so you'll get an extra 5. So that's 15 plus your success.
There's a minimum of 15 plus success levels.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you. We'll give it that. Okay, all right. So it rips through Lady Emma. There's a massive gaping hole in her chest, and as it does, you see Mihail Freeze will be launched across the courtyard, sliding in the dirt, a massive hole in his chest as well, as the Thunderer ripped through her and into him. He lays there, motionless, and then begins to slowly rise And
Is he close enough to me?
oh, he's outside. He's in the courtyard. You're in
I
the
thought
building
I-
at this point.
Okay, okay. Thought I was at the stairs of the entrance of the chateau.
Yes, yeah. So you'd be right at the stairs. He's like out in the courtyard.
Yeah, like right behind me.
No, not like right behind you. Like almost to the gate. He has significant
Okay.
speed. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
But yes, so he's laying almost against the far wall, as it is. So it looks like he's severely hurt. Lady Emma is definitely dead at this point. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have some words with Seamus after this.
We go to the top of the round with
Bragging.
Bragadine. It's your turn, Bragadine. You're inside. You hear the belch of the Thunderer.
So I guess, and Freeze has just basically just catapulted over me.
He catapulted into the second floor.
Yeah,
Above
and
you,
through
yes.
the wall.
Through the wall, and then he ran through a bedroom and burst out the window. He is not a normal human being.
Oh, yeah, I see that. What? I turn around and I run out.
And as you enter the courtyard, you see the smoking barrel of Seamus's Thunderer pointed shakily in the direction of the gate, and you see a rising form of Sir Michael Freeze and the tattered remnants of what used to be Lady Emma laying in the dirt.
Emma! And I run down as fast as I can, just in that direction, towards them.
You can't quite reach, but you get close to Lady Emma. Her chest is just savaged, ripped open wide. Freeze is slowly rising, and as he sees her corpse, no! No! And Marius, it's now your turn.
All right, I will do my hobbles and hobble on over there.
You begin to hobble over there.
Shit! Is he about? Is he about to rampage?
He
Oh, yeah,
needs to make
it's
me a
a
cool
rampage
test now at this point.
At
I'll
the
see if
turn?
he stabs Bragadine in the back.
Okay. Said minus 30.
It's at minus 20.
Minus 20. Well, let me think. Minus 40. Doesn't matter. I rolled a 5.
Okay,
Right.
all right. You managed to save.
No.
For now,
Some good news.
you will have to make one again next round until you come out of this frenzy. That brings us to Seamus. It is now your turn.
Probably just lower the gun. Probably a little razzled now. A little struck. Probably in a bit of a shock. Yeah, I mean he's running away, so Seamus is probably just stunned and shocked that he just murdered.
He's not. He hasn't left yet. You have about 40, 50 feet to him. You still have your action and your movement.
Yeah, the only thing I can do is reload the gun, and even by then he'll be out of range. So.
Doesn't hurt to try. What if he decides not to run and comes and slaps you around a little bit? You know?
That's a 85 on the reload. So that's a fail.
So no, Seamus is shakily trying to reload this weapon and cannot do so. At the top of the round, Sir Michael Freeze stands up completely. Brigadine looks at you. This could have been easy. No, this is going to be hard.
You are about to die a third time.
Not yet, son. Not yet. He runs over to your sister's body, grabs a hold of it, and then runs out of the castle walls.
Oh. I try to pursue just blind madness.
You begin running towards the edge of the chateau. Seamus, I'm going to give you one last opportunity to reload your weapon and take a shot as you stumble over to the side, and he's still within the range of your Thunderer.
That is a 64. So that should be a negative. I need 4 levels.
Yeah, well, what was the first one? How many was it a failure or did you?
Yeah, the first one was a failure.
It was a failure? Okay, so yeah. So this is an extended test, so essentially your levels stack. But since it was a failure, you don't have any successes already, so you have 2 levels of success, I guess, with this roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
So not quite enough as you're trying to reload the Thunderer. And you see him run out of sight. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Rise of the Forsaken.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Boo!
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Damn it, bro.
That was a rough one.
That was a rough one, bro.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, it happened. It happened. It happened.
Yep.
Normally this is the point where we ask for favorite moments from the cast and crew, but everybody's pretty solemn right now, so maybe we skip that one
I've
tonight.
got some favorite moments. Yeah.
You got some favorite moments? Let me hear Mary's Wolf's
I
favorite
do
moments
too.
right here. Let's hear.
All right. I like it when Francois got pushed over and hit his head.
You love when you killed that
He's
old man
perfectly fine.
upstairs. He was just,
Perfectly
mind
fine, you know.
his own business. Suddenly he's just dead.
Yep.
Didn't even see
All
the
the
hit
no
him.
children. Some of the happiest moments before he was blind.
Exactly. You know it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's one more
I enjoyed
treat that
that,
Braggardy's
you know?
gonna find.
Wow.
Wow.
God bless. Oh. Oh yes, yes indeed.
You know, I like Bragging cutting off his brother's toes.
He did. He
I
cut off
enjoyed
his
that.
toes. That's a
I
good. That
wasn't
was a good
expecting
one.
the toe cut.
I wasn't either. It was interesting.
It's like, whoa.
I would ask for Seamus' favorite moment, maybe.
Yeah, Seamus, what's your favorite moment, you sick bastard?
I did.
Oh man.
You know, that would have been a crit success, you know?
I know.
It would
I
have.
know.
It would have.
Yeah,
If
but
you
it
just
Been a hero.
if you would have had, yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I did enjoy the part where Bragdine kicked his brother, and then he came alive and sucked him off like a juice box.
Like a juice box.
Oh no!
Also gouged out his eyes, so now Bragdine's gonna wear a cool eye patch.
Until he can have some surgery, get his eye fixed. Bragadine, do you have any favorite moments?
Well, both of those were actually favorite moments. I thought it was just hilarious how Marius just callously assaulted an old man. And I really did like it when I didn't want to get attacked, but just when I did kick my brother, and I was like, oh, that's classic Bragadine right there. I don't know, man. I enjoyed just talking shit. It was fun. Yeah. Also, I did think that just when you said when Marius was rolling to because of the crom paste, and you're talking about stabbing Bragadine in the back, and I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. We saw the reverse. I really expected you to fail that and just gouge right there. I was like, Marius remembers.
We're about to have TPK. It was getting close, getting really, really close. Yeah, it was getting dark. Yeah, it was
getting dark, bro. It got really dark.
That little bitch ran, you know. Oh, he did. Ran away.
He ran off.
Oh, that was it. No, your speech, bro. I was like, wow, this is so good. Yeah, your speech talking shit to him. Oh, yeah, it was.
Maybe next time the DM gives plus 20 for a good speech, but who am I to say?
Oh, I see how it is. Sorry, don't have to tell you.
It was incredible, bro. It was a really incredible session.
Yeah, he
really, really terrible too.
Yeah, I will say, I rolled a critical success on his cool test when you gave your speech, Marius. I apologize.
Okay. Damn it, bro.
Yeah, there was nothing short of you, I don't know, it would have to be something crazy. But you were, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, those opposed tests, I know, it sucks. I thoroughly enjoyed sucking off Bragadine.
Oh yes.
No pun intended in that one.
Get sucked off, bro.
I especially
like a treetop just
so wrong. What are you doing?
I especially enjoyed that. It was a fan favorite moment for myself. I deeply regret. It's me as the DM. I feel bad, but it's what Freeze would do, using Emma as a shield. It happened. So
you're a sick bastard, bro.
We're gonna have to deal with it next session. I know it was fucked up. It was fucked up, but yeah. Man, I'm just at a loss for words. I had in my mind what I was gonna do for a viewer decision, and it's just gone right now.
So I don't want this gun anymore. I'm just gonna drop it on the ground and just walk away.
Episodes, just make a list of how many times I talk about my dear sister Emma.
Yes, and this is gonna be. It's gonna be the next session's gonna be a little rough, guys. So, I think we're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna do a viewer decision this week. We'll do one next week. Because I'm at a loss for words. But hopefully all of you have made it through here. Do make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're hearing, you like what we're doing. Do go ahead and leave us comments down in the comment section. We always enjoy interacting with you guys. I do, and as well as the cast and crew here, we all will like to read and respond to the comments. So do go ahead and leave those. And we will be having a session next. There will be no viewer decision. I will save one, a good one. It'll be a good one next week. That's what I'll promise. So, as usual, guys, I've been Jumbo Thick. This has been Rise of the Forsaken. Thank you very much for watching, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a good day.